Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk with Hanover Area's Christian Pack here on the show. Baseball player, Christian, you're a senior. It's finally here, but it's been challenging for you with some adversity you fought through as far as your health concerns, but you seem to handle it well with a smile, and you keep working towards some great things that you have coming up. First of all, Christian, let's talk a little bit about your story. Tell us a little bit about your health and how you've gotten to this point here as a senior at Hanover Area.
Yeah, I guess you could say I've been through quite a lot, beginning at day one when I was born. My parents started to notice that my face and my whole body was starting to turn purple, and what they decided to do was life flight me to Danville Hospital, and the doctor recognized my symptom as aortic stenosis, which is a heart disease. And so I was already going under my first open heart surgery within the first day of my life. And the doctor who was performing was named Dr. Christian Gilbert Pack. And I am Christian Gilbert Pack, so my parents named me after him, which is kind of neat. And then that did me well until the second week of my life. The second week of my life, I was life flighted yet again to Danville, and he performed another open heart surgery on me. And that did me well until I was about 5 years of age. I had to get another open heart surgery, and there was just a bunch of complications with the aortic valve and the pulmonary valve. There was one surgery where he had to switch them in different positions and vice versa. So, I mean, I'm doing well now. I don't even think about it, and it got me up until this day, and unfortunately I had to go through 3 more that I never thought I would have. My freshman year, in November, right before Thanksgiving break, I had to go through a stent procedure, and what that is the doctor will insert a stent in your groin, and it will shoot up to your pulmonary valve and expand it open like a balloon because I outgrew my pulmonary valve. And then that had to occur again, and 2 years later, my junior year in January, he had to do the same thing because I hit a growth spurt my junior year. And then this year was by far the most stressful year of my life, I have to say. I thought senior year was going to be fun, but unfortunately it was more stressful. I was worried a lot because I had to get another open heart surgery. And this is just kind of a major surgery, and I didn't really know how the pain was because I could barely remember. The only thing I remember was when I was 5 years old walking around the hospital and a bunch of chest pain. So on January 19th of this year, I had to go through another open heart surgery. And, I mean, the pain was just incredible. I can't even put it into words. I woke up, it was about a 8-hour procedure, I think it was. And it was just overwhelming. I woke up, I was on a bunch of pain medication. I couldn't even move. I was stuck in one position on the bed. A bunch of my muscles were tight other than my chest. Because I'm just used to being so active, so outgoing, lifting weights, and it was just a big setback because I only participated in 3 fall workouts this season, winter workouts, and it kind of just made me upset a little bit because I really wanted to work hard this off season, which I did, and so I had to get that done. And I mean, after that, I was out of the hospital in 2 days. I just wanted to show how strong I was to my friends and to my family, of how much fight I have in myself. And I was off on all pain medications in 4 days. So, I mean, it's just kind of putting it into perspective on how much I fought, I guess. Can't really say that to any of my friends because they didn't go through any of the things that I did, so we can't relate. But I'm just happy that the spot I am in today, I didn't even think that I was going to be here today. Thankful I am. And the surgeon was phenomenal. A bunch of respect to all of the surgeons that did every single one of my heart procedures. I'm just thankful for my family and friends for always being there for me. And right now I'm just working hard, and now I'm a senior. I'm about to graduate.
Well, storytelling seems like something you have a knack for. A lot of times a high school student may have a tough time putting together 5 to 10 seconds. That's normal. You have that down pat, that's for sure, Christian. So going through some of this adversity has kind of versed you in the interview process in that regard. But tell us a little bit about the excitement that you have. Hey, it's baseball season. Everybody waiting for this weather to break. We're close on that end of it. But nonetheless, your team at Hanover Area this year, what kind of product do you guys expect to put out, and including yourself and again, some of the guys that you have there for the Hawkeyes?
Yeah, this is a whole different team than what we had from the past years. I was called up as a freshman, and ever since my freshman year, I haven't lost a conference game. And this year, we have a bunch of younger guys. We only have 3 seniors on the roster, a bunch of juniors and sophomores, and even a freshman that's starting. And a lot of people are doubting us, just saying how we're not going to be undefeated. The chances of the district title aren't in grasp this year. And it just kind of makes us a little more motivated towards our goals. I'm trying to be a team leader this year. And just because I've been there for a while, I know what it takes to win. Unfortunately, when I was on varsity, we lost 2 semifinal matchups and 1 district championship. And coming into this year, I didn't really know how to take it because I've considered my past teammates basically my brothers. But this year, I mean, I'm going to take these younger guys under my wing. We've been lifting very hard in the off season with winter workouts when I could just watch. I've seen them progress over and over. At the practice week's gotten better. And right now we're just taking it game by game. Thank God it's starting to warm up a little bit outside. We just beat GAR this past week. So, I mean, we have about 5 or 6 scrimmages before we go into conference play, and unfortunately for this weather that we're having, we went straight into conference play. Even our Coach Zapatowski, didn't know what to expect. We didn't even know who we were going to throw that day. It's just a bunch of frustration. Obviously, you can't do anything about the weather, but we're just taking it day by day. We're working hard in practice. We're motivated. We're young, but I think that this year could be the year and to shock everybody.
You talk about Coach Zapp and then the people at Hanover Area. You do a pretty darn good job in the classroom. Tell us about some of your teachers or your coaches like Coach Zapp and what it's like to be a Hawkeye.
First of all, grades come first. I work hard in the classroom, out of the classroom. Every night I'm reviewing notes, going over worksheets just to prepare me for upcoming tests. In the classroom, I mean, it may be the same things that you learn year after year, but I mean, sometimes you're going to need to take that further on in life because it'll all come back to you. Just all useful information. A bunch of teachers at Hanover have helped me. Mr. Daubert, I had him as a sophomore. He taught me many things. I had him for social studies. He's just a great guy. He's a good track coach. He just knows how to put a smile on students' faces, knows how to have a fun way to learn. Mr. Bush, he used to coach for the baseball team back then. Really enjoyed him having in the class. He had a unique way of teaching. I respect all of my teachers, all the things that they're trying to get me to learn, because obviously grades are a very essential part of your life to learn, and obviously in college you're going to have to retrieve all of that information and work even harder. And at night, obviously, as I just said, I'm looking over my notes. I come home after every day of school. My dad's asking me how my day of school went, if I had any tests, if I did good on them. I just try to obviously put my all into my grades. And I get asked about my grades every 2 days, I would say. That's just how strict my parents are. I have a good report card and have a good GPA. And now talking about Coach Zapatowski, he's a great guy. I mean, I can't say enough good things about him. And ever since as a freshman, he looked on as me to be even a leader as a freshman, calling me up. I was probably a 5'6" third baseman, 140 pounds. And, I mean, I was the smallest guy on the field and always have been, really, since my junior year, finally hit that growth spurt. But he does a lot. He helped me a bunch with the recruiting process to get me into a college that I would like to go to attend. He's very close with my family. He knows the game of baseball. He knows everything that you need to do to get done. If you make a mistake, don't dwell on it. Just a bunch of good tips that he comes across in practice. I respect him so much, and the past coaches that I've had, Coach Salvatore and Coach McLaughlin, they unfortunately left the program, but it was all for the better. I mean, I respect those guys. McLaughlin knows how to hype up practices. he brought great energy to every single day. And Coach Sal, it was very good for the past years because Coach Sal threw lefty and both the other coaches threw righty. So if we're seeing a lefty pitcher, Coach Sal would throw lefty to get us used to it. And he's just a great guy as well, Coach Sal, and obviously Coach McLaughlin. I respect all my coaches, my Legion coaches, my travel coaches, even my Little League coaches. Everybody in life tells you information to retrieve and everything like that. It's great. I love the position I'm in today, and I'm hoping that we can make a run this year. And with our new coaches, Coach Kreitzer and Coach Jendrzejewski played baseball at Shippensburg. He knows a lot about the game, and Coach Kreitzer, he's great. He caught for Hanover in the past years, and he just tells us what we need to do. We have a bunch of fun towards practice because obviously with a new team, you have to get close with each other, and we just bring like a different attitude every practice, more positive, just got to stay determined and everything like that.
Christian Pack talking to us from Hanover area. He's a senior baseball player. And Christian, tell us a little bit about the college you selected, why you selected it.
Yeah, college recruiting process, definitely the most stressful process that anybody will go through in life if you want to take your talents to the next level. I started off Bucknell my freshman year. I guess I impressed the coach there, and I didn't really know what it was like being recruited as a freshman there. I really don't like to talk about myself and what coach recruited me from where and everything like that. But, that coach was great. Unfortunately, I'll even stay on this interview. My grades weren't good enough for Bucknell, and even Lafayette, the Lafayette coach, was in contact with me. But the four top schools that I was interested in and was deciding between was LaSalle, Bradford down in South Virginia, Mercyhurst, and Chestnut Hill. And in the recruiting process, you'll wake up one day, coach will love you, and you'll wake up the next day and the coach will just ignore you and just cross you off their list. And it's just rough. Radford, it's just everything you would picture playing Division I baseball in the South. The sunny out when I went down for my camp and the visit. It was just beautiful down there. I respect the coach. I follow him on Twitter. He has a bunch of great attitude, what they're up to. I would love to play for that coach, honestly. And then LaSalle, Coach Lake is a great guy. I really like the program. They had my major to study. And it was in the bad part of Philadelphia, but if you stay on campus, you should be fine. But, their program, I think they'll do well in the next few years, and that's the kind of thing I look forward to in the college to see if their baseball program will be exceeding in the next few years, and obviously grades come first. I'm just talking baseball-wise here. But then, unfortunately, when I went down for my visit, the coach said he didn't need me anymore, so that kind of put my confidence at a low level because I was really set on LaSalle. In the late summer, I thought I was going to be attending there. I thought I was going to know where I was going ever since in September. But then I came into contact with Mercyhurst. The coach gave me a private workout there, and it came down to Mercyhurst and Chestnut Hill. And what really made my deciding factor between Mercyhurst and Chestnut Hill was the weather. And I told the coach at Mercyhurst, it's pretty cold out here. And he was like, yeah, it's summer for us. And I believe it was about 34 degrees that day. And Chestnut Hill, my one buddy plays there from Coughlin. I was really, I didn't really know much about Chestnut Hill. I know this girl named Paige from Hanover 2 years ago graduated. She does track and cross country there. So I get some information off of her and Mike Wozniak from Coughlin. And what I really liked was the coach and his style of game. He really likes to steal, put down a lot of bunts during the game, a bunch of small ball, things that I'm generally good at in my game, a bunch of the intangibles that you have to bring to Chestnut Hill. And I'm really confident in Chestnut Hill's program. And what I'm going to major in Chestnut Hill is digital forensics, and I think that's kind of neat because it's a computer field, and obviously if my dreams of playing professional baseball don't pan out, then maybe I could get into the FBI, because right before my LaSalle visit, I went on a tour to the FBI headquarters in Philadelphia. My dad knows a friend who works there. And it was just a bunch of awesome information that I was learning, what they do. And in today's world, there's a lot of job openings in the cyber community. A bunch of people are hacking systems today. So Chestnut Hill, I think, will put me in a great place for that. Small classrooms, which I like. And it just seems like a great place to be. It's in Philadelphia, Division II baseball, CACC conference. Anywhere you go, I think, is great for any sport, really. It's just going to be very competitive. I'm going to work my butt off to get a starting spot there to prove to the coach what I really have and a bunch of my talents. So I'm really excited for the new journey.
Christian Pack, senior at Hanover Area, here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Finally, the last question for you, Christian, is the family support. Tell us about your immediate family, the people that love you, surrounded you, that have been there for you along this journey that you've had since you were born.
Yeah, I love my family. I bet anybody can't say enough good things about their family members who support them. My mom, I love her. She's been with me all the time. She really cares for me. She looks out for me. She's still asking how my chest is doing, and I keep telling her that I haven't had chest pain after the 3rd week of surgery. And I think she's just thrilled with me. And my father, I really love my dad. He's the man. He's a very funny guy. I don't really show my true personality inside the household, but he just says a bunch of things that make me laugh. But I come from a very strict family. I'm well-rounded. They made me a well-rounded person. I have my things together. I know what I need to do in life. My dad and I, we go hitting in the cage in the summer almost every day. He hits me ground balls at shortstop at the Hanover Area Field. He just keeps telling me, he motivates me every day, telling me what it really has, what I really have to shoot for if I really want to achieve greatness. And my sister, she's been supporting me ever since Little League days. She's been at every single game, kind of returning the favor for when she played softball for Holy Redeemer. She's seen me succeed. She's seen me fail. We fight all the time, but then again, we love each other. Just a brother-sister type of bond that family has. I'll always support her. She's going on a great path in life. I believe in her. And her boyfriend, Sean Toole, he played baseball for the University of Pittsburgh, and he also supports me in my game. He'll even take me down to the cage and do a bunch of keywords, what they did at Pitt. What's going around in the league, what he really thinks of me. And he's helped me with coaches in the recruiting process, too. And I can't thank him enough. I love when he's around the house. We talk for a half hour at least about baseball. My friend will be outside and picking me up for a ride to go somewhere, and I'll be stuck in a conversation with him for another 20 minutes about baseball and what's going on. And also, I have to give a shout-out to my best friend, Mike Solkowski. He plays baseball for East Stroudsburg now. I've been playing with him ever since my freshman year. We've known each other since 5th grade. He's one of my biggest supporters in life, too. Lifting-wise, we've been lifting with each other for a while, just to get out that last rep, because we want to see each other succeed in life, but then again, we want to be better than each other. So it's a great competition between me and him, and he's doing well at East Stroudsburg. He's majoring in exercise science, and he lives in the same neighborhood as me, and he's down a bunch of times in the summer. He went to college. It was kind of tough because when he went away, there wasn't really anybody, because he'd be the go-to guy to just come down, hang out, go lift together, go to the field, do some front toss with each other. It's just one of the greatest guys I know. He comes from a great family. His brother plays independent ball. So he's on a good path in life as well, and I can't thank him enough. We talk nearly every day about what's going on, what we're doing, and just catching up with everything. But I just want to thank my family, Mikey and Sean Toole, and a bunch of my other friends that supported me along the way, and I couldn't imagine where I would be without them.
Christian Pack, keeping it real, telling us the way it is, and pretty much every little detail that goes on in his life. It's great for him to open up to us and tell us everything about his life and to learn a little bit more about him, who's been through so much adversity and continuing to fight the good fight. Well, Christian, great catching up with you, and we wish you well in your future endeavors, and have a great senior season here at Hanover Area.
Thank you very much.
That's Christian Pack from Hanover Area, headed to Chestnut Hill College here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.